twisting hard where the shadows lie. Grip the handle, feel the engines roar. Freedom ain't a dream, it's the open door. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Night's a beast, it devours the weak. Steel and fire, the language I speak. Dust in my lungs, wind in my face. Speed's my temple, this road's my grace. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Ain't no cage that can hold me down. No leash, no chains, no goddamn crown. I'm a rebel, yeah, my spirit's raw. The world can't touch what the wild man saw. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the chains, yeah, let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
You're looking live at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And at night's end, the championship will be decided for season number 5 of the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. It is championship night under the lights at Virtual Sim City, and we are ready to bring it to you for the final race of the season. 6 drivers will be battling out amongst 30 others to determine who will be the champion. Good evening. I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is the new daddy, Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer. Jacob, I know you're happy being the dad and welcome to fatherhood, but I know you wouldn't miss this one for the world. 6 drivers, there they are. LaBeouf, Thomas, Cofield, Peacock, Newton, and Pappas have a shot to be a champion. Brady LaBeouf has the chance to be the first 2-time champion of this series if he can pull it off. Good evening.
Yes, sir, Wes Outland. Good evening to you. Good evening to everybody here at Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Which one of them is going to get lucky here tonight? Brady LaBeouf, honestly, could be the odds-on favorite out of everybody that we were seeing right there in that Championship 6, Wesley Outland. But Jonathan Cofield, at least in my eyes, would be the one that everybody needs to be watching out for. You saw Homestead. Cofield won at Homestead. Homestead, very similar as far as the track, not the layout, but how the track surface and how this track races here at Vegas. Cofield could go back-to-back on the race wins, get the win here tonight, and lock up the season championship here for the DSR Electric Truck Series.
That's exactly right. Of course, Jonathan Cofield and Stephen Thomas, who was the Richmond winner. Thomas was. Cofield won Homestead. They made it in by virtue of winning in their last semifinal round. Now, guys like Brady LaBeouf, Taylor Peacock, Adam Newton, and Phil Pappas made it in by virtue of being the top guys at the top of their bracket. And, of course, when it is all said and done, these 6 drivers, again, will be racing with a whole bunch of others to determine who will be the champion. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time of Season 5, here is your starting lineup for the DSR Electric Championship race. On the pole, fast qualifier for the Screaming Eagles is Darren Bruce with a 30.612. Matt Cherry along on the outside. He's won a few weeks ago at Talladega. Andrew Harris and Robert Richards will make up row number 2. Jonathan Cofield, Brady LaBeouf, one of the Championship 6 contenders, both of them are on row 3. Joey Stiers, Kerry Tribune, making up row number 4. And a former champion, the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon from Canada, and Brian Chu, the Holodaddy, to his outside. Phil Pappas and Justin White make up the first 6 rows.
And Chris Blanchard in the 9's going to roll off P13 here tonight with Stephen Thomas in that Championship 6. Rolling off from P14. The Bulldog, Adam Newton, right behind him as well in that Championship 6, starting from P15 with Bo Tiffany right beside him in 16. 971 NASRA's area code. Nate Maurer rolling off P17 with Stephen Gregory at 18. Tom Lester and Kermit the Frog. Luke Smith making up the top 20 as Chad Ross, James Kaufman, Taylor Peacock, one of them in the Championship 6 as well in 23rd, and Tyler Goodwin make up the top 24.
On to the next rows, you're going to find Raul Meza and Stephen Page at row number 13. Row 14, Lee Bailey III and Cody Knott, your top 30. Row 15 will find Joshua Suss and Cole Larson. The final row of 32 drivers includes Jeffrey Johnson and Colton Hogan. TJ Moore is race director tonight. The field has the lights off on the pace truck. The 6 drivers in gold are the ones that are fighting for the title. You'll see them on the scoring ticker. Bottom right, there's the race details. First stage, lap 35. Second stage, lap 70. And then they'll make a push of 80 laps to the checkered flag to determine who will be the winner at 150 laps. Overtime, if need be, 75% fuel capacity, 5 sets of tires. It is under the lights And we'll be giving you that weather conditions in just a moment. But for right now, the pace truck is onto the pit lane. It is go time. 6 drivers, 1 race. Who will be the Season 5 DSR Truck Series champion? We are green at Vegas. It's go time in Sim City.
Oh, baby, here we go. Some couple of guys maybe trying to roll the dice and try to make some moves already. Darren Bruce up at the top. Andrew Harris on the bottom side getting the draft. Now jumps up, Bruce does, right in front of Matt Cherry, right behind him. Robbie Richards, Jonathan Cofield side by side. LaBeouf trying to work his way to the bottom, but he's stepping back on the outside.
Working off turn 4, down to the line. 1 lap in, 149 to go. Harris on the bottom. Bruce up on the top. Cofield, the highest man for the championship, 6 down to the inside for third. He's got a run on Harris for the lead out of 2.
Yeah, there comes Cofield trying to make a run, but now Bruce gets to run on the outside. Cherry follows him up there as well. Harris basically blocking in Jonathan Cofield from trying to make advances, and Robbie Richards right there behind him. Bruce leads off 4.
Through the tri-oval. There you see Darren Bruce now, fast qualifier, having the opportunity to lead so far. There's the weather conditions, by the way. 89 degrees. Humidity at 14%, and the sim temp is about 88 degrees outside. Track temp around 89, 90 degrees. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't think it's going to change that much. It actually might cool down some. They work their way through the tri-oval here at Vegas across the stripe. There's Cofield and Brady LaBeouf to his outside. Season 2 champion looking now to pass Cofield in 1.
Yeah, Brady LaBeouf trying to get the run on the outside, working his way through turn 2. At Vegas, these guys really can play into the throttle a little bit more than what they would at Homestead. But the comparison from Homestead to Vegas is this place will wear out the tires. You can really use a lot of throttle, a lot of gas, Wesley Outland, for the earlier portions of these races, or at least these stages. But when you get later on in it, it will eat that right front tire to shreds. So these guys really will be lifting a lot. But right now, it's all hammer down, baby, all the way into turn 2.
They work their way again down that back straightaway as Charles. Right now, as Jacob just mentioned. By the way, I do want to say a big thank you to Cody Deemers for filling in for our buddy Jacob last week. Jacob is a daddy now, got that baby. Life is good, enjoying it. And right now, we hope you're enjoying this Monday night's finale. We will take off for a couple of weeks, is what I was told. And then we come back for Daytona, the Clash, qualifying, the duels, and then the big race in Daytona as always. Right now, Bruce in the lead. Cherry back to second. You're on board with Darren Bruce while they're side by side working off turn 4.
But I'm telling you, Jonathan Cofield may be thinking, yeah, let's go for a championship, but screw this. Let's try to go for the win. Brady LaBeouf right there behind him. Honestly, Wesley Allen, if you remember not too long ago, when we were at Vegas a couple of seasons ago, Brady LaBeouf was right there almost in contention to win here at Vegas. Taylor Peacock, him and LaBeouf in that side-by-side photo finish a couple of seasons ago here at Las Vegas. So LaBeouf knows how to get around Vegas as well. So Cofield probably sees that, probably done a little research over this past week and thought, yeah, LaBeouf is pretty damn fast here at Vegas. I might want to try to get to the front as fast as I possibly can.
Brady LaBeouf, the only driver of the Championship 6 that has been a former champion. He won Season 2 after Adam Newbert from Toccoa, Georgia, was the inaugural series champion. Working off turn 4, Bruce in the lead, Cofield, Cherry, LaBeouf, Kerry Tribune to his outside. There's the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon. A lot of people said keep an eye on him tonight. He's up now in 5th and 6th, working in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, these guys really starting to make some moves up on that outside lane, trying to get these runs, especially coming off of turn 2. Kerry Tribune right up all into the back door. of Brady LaBeouf. Watch out, 3 wide behind him. Harris gets tagged. Look, Robbie Richards got up into him, almost knocked him sideways. Harris able to hold on to it. There's Phil Pappas. He's stuck 3 wide. Up front, it's single file, but back here, it is a damn log jam with all of them.
And how in the world did they save those trucks just a moment ago? Unbelievable. Hey, by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Jerry on the inside. There goes LaBeouf. Tribune will follow along with Harrison Cinnamon. That goes on back into the corner. We got a battle heating up for the lead. Cofield going after Bruce in turn 1 and 2, Jacob.
Yeah, and Cofield really starting to put a lot of pressure. Gonna get a run right here coming off of turn number 2 and try to get that draft and shoot right into turn 3. Good gap between him and Brady LaBeouf. Wes Allen, if I'm Jonathan Cofield, yes, I want to get past Darren Bruce. That is another truck between me and another championship 6 driver, but I would not push the issue. You got that carrot dangling in front of you. You don't want to step on yourself right here very early on and could cost yourself. You want to stay up here at the front as much as you can, but I mean, we'll see how this works out for Cofield. He may just be wanting to tow right behind Bruce here for the early goal.
I mean, you're right. You're right, though, Jacob. This is an early race, and we have an early caution. Trouble on the racetrack. Whoa, big trouble. Raul Meza, Chad Ross, Stephen Page, Smith, Lester, all involved in an accident going into turn number 3. Looks like Blanchard might have got a piece of it. So did Jeffrey Johnson. Lee Bailey now rolling away also. And we go under the yellow flag presented by Serve Pro for the first time tonight on lap number 12 at Vegas.
Yeah, buddy, boy, they really mixed it up coming off of turn 2. You see Chad Ross. There's Chris Blanchard. We'll see kind of what happens right here. Justin White, Chad Ross, Justin White getting up in the air a little bit. Blanchard, there's Kermit the Frog, Luke Smith, 27. Basically a damn parking lot, a Walmart parking lot going on over in turn number 3. But really, from what we saw, it looked like Chad Ross, Justin White. Big factor out of that, Wesley. I mean, we'd have to take another look at it. I'm not sure if Justin White come up into Chad Ross or Ross came down and ended up hooking him. But there you see with Chad Ross, Justin White on the bottom, Chris Blanchard up top. 9718 Maurer, obviously, with Kermit the Frog right behind him, Luke Smith. See what happens.
Oh, wow. White just came. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Justin White, before he gets bicycled in the air, literally moved up into the lane where Chad Ross was, and that started the melee. Oh, boy. Man. Another look at it. This is with Stephen Page.
Nowhere to go, runs into back to Raul Meza. There's Chad Ross, and pretty much looks like right there, Wesley Outland, because, you know, honestly, you talked about it, being a dad and watching Cars off of the Disney movie. All that right there, what it looked like was basically that big old wreck that's right there at the start of Cars is what it looked like going into turn 3. All them trucks all over the place. You see Blanchard, he's all on for the ride. Innocent bystander, he was just up top. And then Justin White coming up into Chad Ross. Watch Kermit the Frog. He tried to go as low as he can. Did not go low enough. I mean, what else could he have done? And then after that, it is just a parking lot right there behind him. You see Triple J, Jeffrey Johnson Jr. getting involved in it as well.
One more look at it. Lee Bailey, 28. Tried to avoid, and then somebody tagged him from behind, and that sent the 28 spinning. If he wouldn't have got hit from the back, I think he might have been able to continue. Don't see much of anybody coming down to the pit lane, but we will step away and take a break. The DSR Electric Championship from Vegas returns, and we go green when we come back. Back here at Vegas, as Darren Bruce is about ready to bring the field back to a restart. First serve pro caution in the books. All right, Jacob, let's get him in line here now. We got about 20 laps left into the first stage, and obviously ready to watch some of these other guys. Look at Cofield and LaBeouf and Gold. They're up ahead. These other guys back into the top 20, including Pappas, Thomas, Newton, and Peacock. They know there's a long way to go. Back to green, Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone, and back to racing in Vegas. The championship race has Bruce on the whole shot. The pole man leads him back, Jacob, in front of you into turn one.
Yeah, and LaBeouf down on the inside lane. Cofield up top, going to get kicked back to the third spot. May go back to the fourth spot. Cofield up top. LaBeouf thought about jumping up in front of Jonathan Cofield. He's going to think different. Jumping it down to the bottom. Brady LaBeouf trying to go for the lead off turn 4.
They come working their way now off the corner. Back out of turn 4. LaBeouf is on the inside. Bruce up high. There goes Tribune and Cofield. That's up top. Holding their line side by side. First 3 rows in turn 2.
Darren Bruce actually tried to come down, get a little side draft, pull LaBeouf back. That's going to open the door for Cofield up top. Get that draft off Bruce. Bruce goes back to the lead. Now side by side for second. But more importantly, the championship lead. Cofield and LaBeouf off 4.
Cofield down below the apron. It's fair game. You can do that. On the inside, makes a run now on Bruce, looking for the lead. Down to the inside. Here comes Auburn fan from Mumford, Alabama, Jonathan Cofield. Screaming Eagles under attack. Bruce up high, and they're side by side heading to 3.
Yeah, Cofield trying to work it down on the bottom side, maybe try to get a run. LaBeouf back there as well. Everybody else behind them is in a huge pack, West Allen. You talked about stage points coming up. These other guys that is outside of the championship 6, they still got chances to get stage points, get more points, and try to better their running position in the regular or in the championship standings to help better themselves for a better payout. So the stage racing is still going to get crazy, and as it is getting crazy for the lead. Cofield, Bruce, and LaBeouf battling it out.
Here comes Brady LaBeouf, Warrior Raps, number 24 from Louisiana, originally now from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Roll Tide on the inside, now the outside. That's second and third in gold. Cofield to the lead, looking for a win, looking for a championship on the back straightaway. It's still a lot of racing left to go, though.
Yeah, baby, and I'm telling you, some of them up there way up against the wall. One driver that was way up there was Andrew Harris, got up into the fence, but we stay with the battle up front. Cofield, Bruce. Here comes LaBeouf. LaBeouf right behind him. A little helper with, obviously, Mission One Esports. Matt Cherry up here. LaBeouf's got some help up here. Cofield has no help, and he's trying to do it all by himself. Down to the inside, Bruce up top. LaBeouf's right behind Cofield.
LaBeouf looking high, looking low. Bruce on the outside. There's the man he's fighting for the championship. By the way, here comes Phil Pappas. He's now cracked into the top 5. Now slides back to 6th spot now. Harris clears him. All this goes on single file back up the hill in 1.
Yeah, Pappas right there in that 88. Watch out for him. Obviously, one of those championship 6 drivers as well. His obviously team owner and boss man, Brady LaBeouf, is running for a championship as well. But Pappas is thinking about a championship in that number 88 as he is right in behind Andrew Harris trying to make it happen. Here we go. Battle going on for a second. Bruce up top. Cofield's got the lead. Here comes LaBeouf to the inside trying to go for second.
And now, Cherry has stuck his nose into the top 5 along with Harris as they work the back straightaway. And Cofield has pulled away almost 0.4 of a second now over Bruce and LaBeouf. They work into the corner, narrowing into the end of the home stretch of stage number 1 here at Vegas. That goes to lap number 35. Right now, working lap number 22 of 35. They're back into the corner again. Lap 23 on the board. And it's Cofield in the lead, and he's gone.
Yeah, Cofield straight up stretching it over half a second right now over Darren Bruce. Brady LaBeouf would love to get around Darren Bruce, get into the second spot, try to run down Jonathan Cofield. But Wesley, like you said a while ago, still a long, long way to go. LaBeouf may be thinking, go ahead and save that right now. Let Cofield get up here and lead some laps. Cofield may be thinking different. Flex a little muscle and show that he is the strong one. He is the top dog here tonight at Vegas.
The top dog indeed right now, as you mentioned, as all this is happening. Back across the stripe. Cofield still in the lead. There's a 3-truck battle for the deuce. Led by Bruce now, the fast qualifier earlier tonight. Brady LaBeouf and Matt Cherry right there as Harris will go to the top side. Correction, that is Pappas up high as they work off forward.
Pappas trying to work something up there with Harris right behind him. Remember, Andrew Harris, I talked about it a minute ago, got shuffled up on the top side going through turn 1, which is where they're at. You can run up here on this top side in turn 1, but there is a huge bump up on the top side. If you overstep that bump, it will slide the truck all the way up into the wall. And pretty much when you get into the wall here at Vegas, you're just going to have to lift off of the gas and just try to get off of it as much as you can. So Harris has slid back a little bit, started 3rd, back to 6th. Still may play spoiler. Harris is very fast here with the DSR Electric Truck Series. So Andrew Harris could be playing a little spoiler with some of these guys here this evening.
Trucks all around the racetrack from the top to the bottom. That's what you got to love about Vegas. It's just one of those places, honestly, Jacob, where you can be able to just race in all corners of this place. And from the top to the bottom to the middle, below the apron, below the white line, it is fair game. Who wants it more for the title tonight?
That's pretty much all it is right now, is who wants it more. And honestly, Wesley Outland, some of the races that we've seen this season, we've seen guys do some desperate things. We've seen some crazy moves from some guys. Here comes Brady LaBeouf down to the inside trying to work his way around Darren Bruce for that second spot. But we've seen guys make some desperate moves to put themselves in position to get in certain situations, I should say, to get them a win or get them into the next round. Here tonight, what will these drivers do to win a championship later on tonight? It's going to be a fun one, and I cannot wait to see how this one turns out.
Up high, Darren Bruce inside. There's LaBeouf. Cherry will follow. Boy, what a wild race that was between Cherry and Peacock. A couple of weeks ago, Talladega. And right now, Cofield still leading the way. Cofield showing his strengths up in front. Checking out as we are now closing in on 5 remaining next time by in stage 1. Andrew Harris, what a solid drive for him right now as he works on the outside around LaBeouf and Cherry in 3.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, if you look back a little bit in the past from some of the earlier races this season, I know they're good, but remember, LaBeouf and Harris, at one point, they had beef, Wesley Outland. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. They said they were good. Everybody's good. They talked it out and everything. But all that beef that you accumulate throughout the season, it could come to bite you in the tail, especially check them out. Oh, Harris got it in the back of Cherry. You were riding on board with Pappas. All of it was going on right in front of them. And now Harris goes up top. Here comes LaBeouf on the inside.
4 laps to go in the opening stage. Pappas in the lead. I'm sorry, Pappas, you're on board with Pappas as Cofield still leads. My apologies. He is way, way, way up ahead, looking to win a stage. To get clarification, I believe that is, to Shane Scott, answer your question. I believe that's what we were told. It's not a matter of points. It is whoever the 6 drivers are that make it to the championship round. Whoever is the highest finisher of the 6 will be awarded the championship. I want to say that that's what it is, but when we do go to break, I will get clarification as we're 4 wide for just a moment behind them as we're closing in on the end of stage 1, Jacob, in turn 3.
Good Lord have mercy. That's what we like here on a Monday night here on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. A little 4 wide at Vegas. Good stuff going on. And right smack dab in the middle of it, there you see the Bulldog, Adam Newton, not having the night that he was really wanting. Would love to get up here and mix it up with Cofield and LaBeouf and Pappas, but he is stuck straight in the middle of all this with his teammate Tom Lester back there with him as well. Newton trying to work it up on the top side and try to make a pass and try to advance to get closer up there to the front.
Look at this big wad of traffic right behind third place on back. Meanwhile, Jonathan Cofield comes out of the line. His Chevrolet flashes under the stripe. It is 1 lap to go. Final lap here in stage number 1 here at Sim City. Bruce is in second, but he's a second back. Everyone else a second and a half or more. Turn 2, final time. Cofield looking to win stage 1 on the run to a championship.
Yeah, Cofield trying to flex a little bit of muscle right here in stage 1 down the back chute. As long as he doesn't screw it up, he's got stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jonathan Cofield coming to the line.
Here comes the Mumford, Alabama driver. Picking right up where he left off last week, winning at Homestead. Jonathan Cofield will win stage number 1 of the DSR Electric Championship race. Darren Bruce will finish second. Andrew Harris third. Matt Cherry fourth. Phil Pappas top 5. Other drivers in the top 10 at the end of stage 1 include Kerry Tribune, Brady LaBeouf, Adam Newton, Robert Richards, and Chris Cinnamon. And I got a feeling, Jacob Reeves, at the end of stage 1, pit lane is about to become a very busy place.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, buddy, I'm telling you what, it's fixing to be more packed. That whole pit road is going to be more packed than a Waffle House right on the morning right before church on Sunday. I'm telling you, it's going to be straight up packed. Everybody, 4 tires, fuel, and send them back out there and getting ready for stage 2.
So Jonathan Cofield wins stage number 1. We are taking a break. When we come back, we will speak to the man from Alabama when we return from Vegas.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's magical creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Well, folks, we're back here at Vegas for the championship race. We'll bring up our stage 1 winner. It's Jonathan Cofield, 58. Put a whooping on him in that stage 1. Jonathan, congratulations on stage 1, buddy. How's that truck feeling out here tonight at Vegas?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I guess I shouldn't have showed all my cards there at once, but there's a lot of fast guys in here. But I only got to beat 5, so we'll see how it goes.
Jonathan, real quick, buddy, I talked about this track has got some similarities to where y'all ran at Homestead last week. Obviously not right there at the start because, you know, from my experience, it's always been foot to the floor and hauling the mail. But in the end, it kind of gets to where that tire wear, Gabe. How do you balance that?
I don't know. I've run here for so many years. I mean, just trying to be easy on the truck, really. Trying to just back everything down. Just don't burn it up. I know there's somebody's gonna say better tire than somebody else, so just got to be ready for it. Try to save all you can.
Jonathan Cofield, buddy, congratulations on stage 1. Go get them, and we'll see if we'll be talking to you very soon, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
How that was Jonathan Cofield. Winner last week at Homestead, Miami. And, of course, now trying to lock up the title. By the way, to give you clarification for those that were asking, the highest finisher of the 6 gold on the scoring pylon in the bracket will win the championship, just like in the real, like in the real NASCAR, national championships final. Same thing like we've done in the past. The bracket is null and void now. Whoever is the highest finisher of the 6 drivers, they don't have to win, by the way, Jacob. I want to clarify that. They don't even have to win. The first man of the higher of the brackets that cross the line will be the winner of the championship. With that, strap in. It's time for the final Glass Mechanics Stage 2 of the season. Back at the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone, and we are back to green at Sim City. This will take us to lap number 70. They got 30 laps left in this stage.
Looks like Jonathan Cofield's tried to go ahead and basically go from where he was at, just basically start from where he finished, back out to the front. How about Phil Pappas in the 88? We saw him kind of cram back there in traffic a little bit. He's jumped up here to the 2nd spot. LaBeouf will go to 3rd. 1, 2, 3 in the championship 6 up front.
About that. And Newton is in 7th. Thomas is in 10th. Peacock in 11th. So the top 6 for that matter, and the top 12 for the championship later tonight will happen. The 2nd stage. Will it be calm, cool, collective, or will we start to see the fireworks begin? There goes another man, Phil Pappas. What would it mean for Pappas, Jacob, if he's able to win his first NASCAR title? He's up in front right now.
That would mean the world, obviously, for Phil Pappas, but Brady LaBeouf right behind him. Obviously, he would love to help his teammate from Mission Water Esports, Phil Pappas, out, but he's got to think about himself, try to go for championships in the DSR Electric Truck Series. And Jonathan Cofield, he ain't playing with them neither. The Bulldog, Adam Newton up here, as well as Stephen Thomas, they're back there 8th and 10th as well. So 5 of them running in the top 10 off turn 4.
Everybody, we're having a type of lagging issue. I know that there is weather outside at my house. I wonder if maybe the weather might be causing an effect with that. Thunderstorms in the Carolinas tonight, just like last night for that matter. Right now, Pappas, Cofield, LaBeouf, there they are, top 3. And some other guys that just want to win. Bragging rights to end the season, to start the new one. Battle side by side. It's Pappas, Cofield, and add LaBeouf to the battle as they work in turn 1.
From their door banging going into turn 1, it's Cofield and Pappas. Pappas up top, LaBeouf trying to go up and help his teammate with Mission Water Esports. Cofield with a fantastic run. LaBeouf tried to maybe put a bump draft to him. They worked their way into turn 3. Pappas tries to come down, was not clear. Cofield is still there, working their way off turn number 4.
How about that? And now we see LaBeouf fighting for that spot down the back straightaway. Now you're side by side, stride for stride, and look at now Pappas. Boy, how hungry would the Pappas be? It would be something special for him. What about Adam Newton? I don't think Adam Newton's ever been a NASCAR title holder. He wants to get into this battle. 4 trucks, 4 fighting for the title as they work into turn 1.
From 15th up to 4th, the Bulldog, Adam Newton. Where did he come from? Up here in the 4th spot, Cofield, Pappas. Boy, they change lanes. Pappas jumped from the top, jumped down to the bottom. Cofield put the block on it. Pappas will take it to the inside. LaBeouf's trying to go with it, riding on board with Adam Newton. They are slipping, sliding, getting after it right here off of turn 4 at the line.
Slip sliding away like Paul Simon lyrics down into the corner. Up high. Cofield working into turn number 2. And now, like the lyrics to Kenny Loggins, the middle of the pack is the danger zone. And they are somehow, some way trying to stay in line and avoid the chaos as they thunder into turn 3.
Yeah, everybody looking very calm, cool, collected, at least for the top 4. Everybody rolling down on the bottom side, not trying to go up to the top side. Everybody now front 4. Cofield, Pappas, LaBeouf thinks different. He jumps up to the top side, but front 2 down in the cellar, all the way down on the bottom side where Mobby is hiding the formula from David Dean. Cofield still leads him going into turn 3. Pappas right behind him.
You don't hide the formula from the baby. Right now, they work off turn 4. It's right now, Cofield is in the lead. Look at this. Pappas right alongside. He's now behind them. Nose to tail, correction. LaBeouf and Newton, they're still single file as they work in the corner.
Cofield still on the bottom. Pappas now trying to work up atop a little bit. LaBeouf getting higher and higher and higher up against that wall to try to get the runs coming up in the corner. Pappas now going to run the middle. LaBeouf down on the bottom side. Cofield has not even thought about going to the top side. He's kept it on the bottom. Pappas trying to get what may be a run or clean air and try not to get any dirty air on the front of that 88 going into 1.
Somehow trying to save it as right now darts to the outside. Comes Pappas. He made a move on the tailgate of the leader, Cofield. Cofield then scampered away. Here comes the reeling of him in. He reels him in like bait on a poach popper hook again. Down into turn number 3. Cofield, Pappas, they're going for the lead in the win now, all 4.
Yeah, Pappas doing a pretty good job trying to figure out a way. Maybe LaBeouf talking about him in the Discord chat, just talking him over. Just keep it simple. Just stay with Cofield. Let him know that you are there. And LaBeouf maybe trying to talk to Pappas and maybe trying to mess him up. LaBeouf may want to try to get around him and have a shot to go after Cofield, try to win him his second championship on the Monday Night Series. But for the most part, Cofield starting to separate just a little bit. It's right about a tenth, maybe 2/10. But for the moment, Cofield inching, very, very much inching a little bit farther. But Pappas tries to close the gap going into the corner.
And there you're on board with Brady LaBeouf. There's his last lap, quicker. There it is. Fast man on the racetrack, 31.537. And right now, going after Pappas. Because, we got a truck darting out of line. It's going to be Gregory. Stephen Gregory turns, spins, stays below the apron, into the pack. More trucks behind. We'll get on the binders to miss him. And it is a caution out on lap number 52. Caution out, Stephen Gregory. Let's see what happened. Maybe Cinnamon. No. Bo Tiffany. Bo Tiffany into the 61.
Well, Wesley, I mean, they kind of put Gregory in a little bit of a bad spot right there. I mean, everybody's racing, nobody fault, no harm, no foul right here. But it looks like they just kind of got a little tired. I thought Bo Tiffany might have come up and got him in the left rear, but it looked like Gregory might have got a little bit loose right here. We'll see it once again. Looks like, yeah, maybe a little bit loose. Maybe Tiffany come up. They kind of met in the middle. Got into Gregory just a little bit in the left rear. Sent him for a ride, and he hits the wall on the inside. You see all 4 tires not even moving. Had it locked down. It hits the inside rotated wall. And, folks, I've talked about it before. Those inside walls may look like it's got safer barrier, but they hit them. It ain't got no cushion. When they hit it, it's like hitting a concrete wall. It will tear your truck all to pieces.
They are hitting. Or boxing, if you will. Lap 53. 17 laps to go. You saw Joshua Suss. You see Raul Meza. Hey, he's clapping. He's happy. Got him a good run going for him. And there's Joey Stiers, the man cave, and he's got his other camera showing him. There you go, buddy. What's up, man? Ground control to Major Tom. Major Joey, that is, actually. I guess I'm unveiling how old I am again. Jake, we have a habit of doing that. Oh, boy. We're going under caution. A quick restart, a quick break. We're back from Vegas. Heating up in Glass Mechanics Stage 2. Stay with us. More in a moment. I got a feeling, Dean, that Jacob's recording our behind the mic segments again.
I got a couple of them.
There's your 6 drivers for the championship. But there it is. Look at it. Oh, we got to show it again. Oh, but you know what it is, though. You know what it is. Put that little bundle of joy back on the screen. I want everybody to see Jacob's ugly mug on the screen. There it is. Come on, put our names up there, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, look at it, baby. Yeah, the company, baby. Yeah, they go good boy. Yeah. Jacob, so I got to ask you, man. I got to ask you, what was the feeling like? Was it like everything I told you via phone, or was it even more than that the other day?
It was more, honestly, West Atlan, it was more, it was, honestly, everything kind of went by in a blur for both of us. We wished it kind of would have, time would have stood still a little bit in the moment when he got here. But I mean, it was perfect, man. I love him to death. His mama loves him to death, and we can't wait to watch him grow up, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for little Davy boy.
Back under green, Glass Mechanics Stage 2, back underway. Happy for Mama, Miss Taylor. If you're, definitely relaxing, because that was a big baby to put out. I was trying to find the right words, but I mean, boy, when you told me the size of that thing, I said, whoa. Congratulations, though, guys. I'm so happy for the Reeves family. I really am.
Thank you, Wesley. We appreciate it, buddy. I'm telling you, it was it's awesome. Matter of fact, I went in there and checked on him a second ago, and he got to crying a little bit. I guess Mama's trying to take care of him a little bit, but he's listening to us here tonight. He's listening to some of the best racing going on iRacing right now. If all of you out there in the live chat, if your family members love racing and they love it to death, make sure they're checking it out here tonight. Make sure they like and subscribe to the NASRA 360 Racing Network as Phil Pappas taking a shot to the outside of Cofield. Thought different, jumps back in line, and right behind him, Robbie Richards, Adam Newton, Pretty LaBeouf, the top 5.
13 laps to go now in Glass Mechanics Stage number 2. On the inside, it is Cofield in the lead. Pappas right there and follows. There's Robert Richards, by the way, the all-time starter of the NASRA Series. Tonight, Robert Richards will end the season with career start number 432. Who's right behind him? Raul Meza, career start 424 tonight. Stephen Thomas, one of the championship drivers, career start 421 tonight. 407 tonight for Adam Newton. How about that? Those are the drivers of the 400 squad.
Wesley, there's a lot of experience up here in this, and all these guys battling it out up here. You mentioned Raul Meza, Adam Newton trying to go for a championship. LaBeouf got him a good bit of starts in this as well. And Robert Richards, the biggest one of all of them with the starts, running comfortably in the 3rd spot, kind of playing wingman with his Mission 1 Esports teammate of Phil Pappas. There's Taylor Peacock, one of them championship 6 drivers. Saw him slipping up here a little bit. He started 23rd in the field, mind you. Did not have the qualifying effort that he wanted, but now he's up here inside the top 10. Adam Newton trying to work their way. Everybody starting to gang up on Richards. Here comes the Spice Man. Here comes Joey Styles into 23 to the inside as well.
Chris Cinnamon was trying to be anonymous earlier this afternoon when he said that keep an eye on Cinnamon. He's going to win this race. Hands down, watch it. And then he said, I thought it was anonymous. So Chris Cinnamon was so confident in his truck that he was making anonymous messages that did not turn out to be anonymous, and we realized it was Chris Cinnamon. But it's not bragging if you can back it up. And Chris Cinnamon, Season 3 champion of the Spice Man, has moved up now to second. His tires is on his inside.
Joey Stires, 23. Come on, Joey Stires down to the bottom and up front, leading them all is Nazareth's area code of 971. That is Nate Maurer. Maurer leads them. Spice Man stuck in the middle, right in between the Chrome Racing teammates. Stires goes to third. Fourth back there with Cofield and Pappas. Remember, Wesley, like you said, they do not have to win the championship, or they do not have to win the race to win the championship. They ain't even got to get all the points in these stages. But Cofield, Pappas now back there in that fourth and fifth as we got Chrome Racing and Sentiment up here top three.
Right now, we watch these guys just kind of still stay in formation as Bauer, Cinnamon, Stires are drivers that are just trying to win the last race of the year. Working now off turn number 4, back to the stripe. No, it's just the camera angle. He changes man cave, man candy. I think it's a different location. I think he's in a different location. Look at him. He said, I got you. Did you see that? He said, I got you. I got you, sucker. I got you. I'm going to reel you in. It's go time. Look at him. Look at him on the wheel. Look at him on his face. He's saying, yeah, man. Come on. Here, kitty, kitty. Meow, meow, meow. The dogs are barking too. Here we go.
What you
I
think
love
about
that.
it,
I love that competitive nature of Joey Stires, Jacob. I love it.
Wesley, you think about it, honestly, I mean, he was in that bracket going up against Nate Maurer and Adam Newton. Both of them were teammates, all three of them having to go up against one another. Now, yes. Joey Stires, I talked to him about this tonight, actually. Congratulations a little bit early to Joey Stires. He's got a baby on the way. He said it will be next week when his daughter will be here, so congratulations to him. Everybody in Nazareth's having babies. Dean, come on out there. Dean, you can be a daddy. Get you a baby while you at it. But anyway, see, he gets it. But I talked to Joey about it and give him a little fatherly advice. Well, he said, watch out. Joey said, watch out for me tonight. He said, I'm going to play a little spoiler here tonight at Vegas. So Stires up here running in that third spot, started 7th. Could be playing a little spoiler and possibly help out Chrome Racing teammate Adam Newton get him his first championship.
Put Joey back on the screen because I got a question to ask him. How the hell are you able to race the way you're racing if you're listening to us in real time? Like, how are you able to continue to negotiate? Okay, here he goes. Right, he's ignoring me now. He's ignoring me. Hit the mute button. Look at this. 3 wide for the lead. And whoa, Maurer sideways as Cinnamon reels him in. Here comes now Stires on the bottom. He get there, yeah, I hear you. He's laughing now. He's focused. Oh, you gotta have fun with it. Oh man, go get him, Joey. He can hear us though, Jacob. It might be a little about 30-second delay, but he can hear it. Yeah.
Well, he may have the broadcast playing on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network, playing it on YouTube through his headphones while he's listening to the truck and listening to. That's a lot of people to talk at one time. I mean, I would lose my damn mind. I could not do it. As whoa, Spice Man Nate Maurer almost got a little door banging going into one. Chris Cinnamon, the Spice Man, a former champion here on the Monday Night Series, trying to get up here and get him a win in Vegas, but Maurer not going to let him have it on the outside.
Maurer powers up top. Here comes Stires, couple of DSR electric teammates up high. Here they come to the tri-oval, working off turn 4. Not white flag, but final lap of stage number 2 underway, presented by Glass Mechanic. couple of orange trucks side by side, Jacob. Final lap in stage 2 in turn 1 and 2.
Oh boy, they are digging for it. Cinnamon wants it. Maurer wants it even more to the outside. Gets the front. Cinnamon gets loose. Steyer's trying to go for second. Maurer will lead him going into turn 3.
It's almost a dead heat, and now Maurer, the 971, breaks out in front. Nate Maurer's Toyota comes across the start-finish line. Dead heat for second between Cinnamon and Steyer's. He'll get it. Nate Maurer wins stage number 2 at Vegas. Second spot's going to go to the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon, and Joey Steyer's will have to settle for third. Chris Blanchard, Stephen Page, top 5. Stage 1 winner, Jonathan Cofield, 6th. Pappas, Richards, Newton, LaBeouf, your top 10. And now, Jacob Reeves, we settle in for the final 80 laps. The final 80 laps of the season coming up in stage 3.
Yeah, this is when it's going to get good right here, Wesley Outland. Every single one of these drivers have went through multiple weeks, just over and over, 20-some-odd weeks to get to this point. And the only problem is, out of it, I mean, everybody wants to get to this point, but you want to be in that championship 6. Here's the problem. Only 6 of them's got a shot at it, and each one of those guys, they went through the ringer, Wesley. They went through this wild bracket that Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott, all the NASRA officials, have thought up this bracket-style deal, kind of like how NASCAR does their $1 Million Challenge. Well, these guys thought it up first, and these guys are using that bracket to go for a champion. So, literally, these guys went through the ringer that nobody else does for a championship, and it all comes down to right here in stage 3, who is going to take it home for season 5.
Yeah, if you've basically been watching the last, 3 weeks of the NASCAR on TNT coverage, it's got the in-season open challenge. That is basically the same thing that these drivers of NASRA have been dealing with for, the last 8 weeks with the playoff format. And, some people have been skeptical about it, Jacob. Some people have praised it. Some people have been against it. Some people said, we don't like it. Let's go back to the way it used to be. Well, let me just say this to maybe some of the naysayers out there. All change is not a bad thing. And when you're running in this entertainment world, because whether it's esports or reality, it's entertainment, you've got to find ways to make it interesting. And sometimes the dog or clown and pony show, as I've been told people have said, makes this more entertaining than just a regular season fighting for a championship at the end of the year. I'm not saying that back in the day what Winston Cup did was bad, Jacob, but we live in a generation that's no longer like the Cup days of Winston either.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, honestly, Wesley. I mean, you know me. I mean, I'm old school racing to the heart. When they started with all this playoff stuff, I was thinking, boy, they're screwing this up. And to a certain extent, I think sometimes maybe NASCAR may take it a little bit too far, but they're trying to make a change. They're trying to open the doors for a broader audience and some younger viewers to bring in that level of entertainment, bring in that Game 7 moment. And obviously, NASRA has adapted that as well. And Wesley, we've seen these playoffs over the, over the past couple of weeks or couple of seasons, and just how these Game 7 moments don't even happen in the championship race. It happens the first round. How we had the playoffs. Guys getting in by 1 point or getting in by 2 points or missing out just by about 3 spots or 1 spot or however you want to look at it. So, I applaud everybody trying to change everything. I was skeptical of it at first, but it has changed how these guys race on this Monday Night Series. And I would not be surprised if we see this implemented next season for season 11 of the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
And by the way, don't forget the NASCAR Cops Truck Series playoffs are ongoing. Jacob, you know about that. That's every Friday night. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and looking for a Season 11 champion. That's rolling on.
Yeah, that'll be interesting when we get there, when we get back racing on Friday nights. But that is Friday night. This is Monday night, baby. We're going for a championship here tonight as we're green flag. Stephen Page decided to stay out.
Green flag with 76 laps to go. The final stage. The push for the championship begins now. Maurer up front. We're 3 wide. Look at this dog and pony show. Up in the front for the lead. Cofield fights back on the bottom on Maurer in 3.
Oh, good Lord, Adam Newton's getting loose. Newton sideways right there behind him in the 19, but he saves it. Cofield goes to the lead, shoots around Nate Maurer in 9.71. Robbie Richards dives down to the bottom. You see Adam Newton, he had a shot. He was looking up there inside the top 5, got loose. Hell of a save for the 19, but Cofield squirts out ahead. Maurer back there as well. Richards trying to follow. Joey Stires, Phil Pappas, the top 5 in 3.
Down into the corner. Cofield up in front. Sim City ready to determine the champion when this race is over. And we still got a very long way to go. It might be stage 3, Jacob Reeves, but there is still a lot of racing here left to go in this event.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that can happen and possibly a lot of things that will happen. Newton's Law could come into effect. No pun intended for Adam Newton. But up front, Jonathan Cofield leads 3 drivers behind him that is not in the playoffs. Then you go back to LaBeouf. You go back to Pappas, to Peacock, to Thomas, all the way from 5th all the way down to 8th spot. All drivers inside that championship 6. Cofield's got a little bit of a gap. He's thinking going for the lead. Cofield to the top side. Maurer down to the bottom side. Looking 3 wide. Richards has got the lead. Cofield gets out of the gas. Maurer had it on the inside, but he'll back away as well.
Watching all of these drivers working their way down to the corner. Into 1 and 2 again. Richards now showing his streaks up in the front and leading here.
But not for long. Here comes Cofield. Cofield, one of those guys I was talking about, Wesley Outland. Watch out for the 58 here tonight. Obviously on a little bit of a winning streak, got some momentum. Won at Homestead last week. Now here he is up there at the front trying to go for the lead and lead him all the way around Vegas. But he better watch his back door. His biggest competition, from what Jason Morales said out there in the live chat, is Brady LaBeouf. And LaBeouf is breathing down his tailgate. Cofield goes for the lead. Richards and LaBeouf side by side going into 3.
Keep an eye up on Robert Richards. It's been a kind of dismal year for the 48 from Gastonia. He now powers his way to the lead on the inside. Cofield, he got it back. LaBeouf is right there. Shades of what happened in the first stage is deja vu now in stage 3, Jacob, when it counts the most as they rock into the back straightaway.
And remember when we talked to Jonathan Cofield, when we talked to him after stage 1, he said he might have screwed up. He might have showed his head just a little bit too early. And LaBeouf might have thought about that and saw that and heard it. LaBeouf to the inside, goes around Cofield, gets the lead, and Cofield gives him a chrome horn bumper draft. Bump draft going across the line. LaBeouf leads going into 1. Cofield behind him. Then it's Maurer, Richards, and Stires, the top 5 through 1 and 2.
On board, Brady LaBeouf. Currently in the lead. Looking for the 2nd championship for the number 24. If he wins this race and wins the title, he will be season 2 and season 5 champion. There's only 2 other drivers, or there's only been another time besides Brady LaBeouf that there has been multi-time champions that will also count towards the animal Keith Bradley on the Cup Series. But Jacob, with this title, if Brady LaBeouf wins, he will become the first NASRA points champion of multiple series, multiple times.
That is a big, big feat to have right there. Keith Bradley, one of those drivers in that mix as well with the two-time champion on the Friday Night Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Championship. So LaBeouf could be in some pretty good company for that. There's Stephen Thomas. Boy, good Lord have mercy, Stephen Thomas in a big old whirlwind. Taylor Peacock in front of him. Peacock slaps the wall going into turn one. Right in front of him is Joey Stires and Andrew Harris. Stephen Thomas, he's got the cigar in his mouth. He would love to be smoking one after this is all said and done. Mezza's in the grass.
Raw Mezza driving in through the grass, and a shower of sparks up the banking. He stays in forward momentum. We stay green. The leaders work across the line. They're heading back to turn one. LaBeouf, Cofield for the championship in the turn one.
Cofield trying to work it down on that bottom side. LaBeouf still has the lead, still a long way to go, but obviously, like Dean says, a short time to get there. Riding on board with LaBeouf. Cofield behind him. Maurer still sitting there. Maurer started 17th at the start of the race, all the way up to third. Richard DePappas back there, third, fourth, and fifth, but everybody watches up at the front with LaBeouf and Cofield at the line.
Oh, that's such sweet perpetual thunder. Hey, by the way, Brandon Broadfoot wanted to let everybody know that he is putting on the Brickyard 400. That race will be coming up on Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, I believe. I think that's what it is, August 3rd. Brandon Broadfoot, yeah, there it is. Brandon Broadfoot is promoting it. August 3rd, the Brickyard 400. I believe Jacob, myself, Dean's going to be producing it. It will be on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. I don't think I've got a flyer yet, Brandon. I don't think Dean's got a flyer either, but we did want to throw that out there. So, yeah, but we will advertise it. We will advertise it. So, battle for the lead. As LaBeouf and Cofield, Jacob, they're side by side again.
Side by side for the lead up here at the front. It's LaBeouf and Cofield. Cofield on the bottom, LaBeouf up top. LaBeouf gets a run up on the top side. Hour behind him. Pappas has went up to the fourth spot, trying to close the gap on the other two in the championship six. LaBeouf up top, Cofield on the bottom. Two of the stronger trucks. You got the veteran up top with Brandon LaBeouf, the boss man of Nazareth, and on the bottom side, Jonathan Cofield in his very first season here on the Monday DSR Electric Truck Series. It's old guard, new guard here with Nazareth going on off turn two.
Side by side down into the corner. It is now Cofield hugging the bottom. By the way, keep an eye on Pappas. And if you're wondering, all six trucks are now into the top 10. Cofield leader, LaBeouf second, Pappas third. He's right in striking distance of Maurer to join those trio. Then it's Peacock seventh, Thomas eighth, Newton 10th. They work the back stretch again, heading to lap 100.
Cofield able to squirt out ahead and grab the lead. Now LaBeouf still sitting back there in the second spot, but watch out, LaBeouf will try to take another charge at him. Maurer sitting back there about 3/10 back, just lurking in the weeds. Pappas about 3/10 back from Maurer. Everybody's starting to get out into that single file. Wesley, I got a feeling we could be sitting in for a long green flag run right here as Cofield still holds on to the lead. LaBeouf still in second, but this does have the makings of a long green flag run.
Ready to watch these guys hash it out. And you know, Jacob, something that we haven't really talked about yet. Wow. Andrew Harris just got really up close with the rear end of the Richards tailgate. Right there a moment ago on the front nose. But what I was going to say, Jacob, and we haven't seen this all night tonight, could we see it become a deciding factor of this race? green flag pit stops. If that happens, how important could that change the scenario of how this race will be now as they head to lap 93?
Yeah, it absolutely could be a huge game changer. I mean, remember, here in Vegas, don't want to be a speeding coming down through here. These guys literally hauling the mail all the way around this place over 180 miles an hour. But when you get down pit road is like a dead stop from going 180 miles an hour. It could play a huge factor into who wins this championship here this evening. As you was riding on board with Stephen Thomas, Cofield still leads. You see Joey Stires back here working around as well. He's got Adam Newton and others right there in front of him. Got a little chrome racing deal going on right in front of Adam Newton.
And there goes Thomas down to the bottom, making a move on Peacock. These are the drivers, by the way. If you count also Adam Newton right there, throw a blanket over him for 7th through 9th. They are the next 3 for the title, and they know, and bouncing off a wall like that for Peacock is not going to help him.
No, absolutely not. I mean, Thomas got a little bit tight. That's one of those factors going through turn 4. Turn 2, you don't really get that tight here on these trucks, especially on these long green flag runs, as we see Chris Settman, Tom Lester coming down pit road for green flag pit stops. But turn 2, you don't really get that tight. Coming off turn 4, a lot of guys get tight. Thomas might have slid up into Peacock a second ago, and then Peacock might have got tight as well. Both of them damn near made contact, and Peacock got up into the wall.
And Jacob, remember what we talked about, green flag pit stops. How important will it change the complexion of the race? By the way, everybody in the top 20 last pitted on lap 72. That was when the second stage ended. The longest push to the finish of the race. And we are going to see green flag pit stops become a factor unless a caution comes out as we head towards a century grind here in the DSR championship race.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, honestly, I think everybody at home would absolutely love to see how this would play out for green flag pit stops. Some of these guys up here at the front, like Cofield, LaBeouf, Pappas, all these guys up here inside the top 10, the championship 6 drivers, I got a feeling they would much rather say, screw that. We want to get it under caution. That way they're not going to get caught in a lot of stuff, because honestly, Wesley, you get green flag pit stops, you're not only worried about speeding or jamming on the brakes or missing the pit line or whatever. If you pit early, then you risk the chance of possibly getting trapped one lap down. And then a caution comes out, then you're screwed. You're starting at the back. So I think a lot of these guys would just rather us have us a caution right here and then get in, get out, and then have that last shot, have that last run to try to go for the championship.
Closing in on lap 100. It'll be this time by 50 laps to go. We're going to go side by side to get you ready for green flag pit stops, and you won't miss anything. You won't even miss our voices. We just thank our sponsors down below as we thank them. Up top left is the broadcast. Thanks again. Oh, we got trouble. Crash, front straightaway. We got a wreck. It's Raw Mesa, and it's Adam Newton, one of the championship drivers involved. It's both championship drivers. It is not Raw Mesa. It is Taylor Peacock and Adam Newton crashed below the flag stand. Caution out for the 6th time.
Good Lord have mercy. I was talking about a caution, but I wasn't expecting it to be any championship drivers. Taylor Peacock sees his championship hopes go down in flames. Adam Newton on the bottom. You see Stephen Thomas right there on the 44. Could have played a factor in this as well. See Thomas, he's fine. No, Peacock just get loose off of turn 4. I was talking about getting tied. Meza missed it by an inch.
Missed it by inches. Yes, sir.
Come down, got into Newton, spun him around, and odds are took both of them out of a chance at winning a championship. And Wesley, I mean, you like the musical references. I'm going to quote the great band of Queen. Another one bites the dust. But honestly, it's two of them with Peacock and Adam Newton.
Boy, oh boy, watch this. And now the question is, in the band of Queen, Can't Stop Me Now, who will it be to fight for the title? What's going to happen between Peacock and Newton? Some people are saying maybe Newton's truck isn't that badly damaged. Look at Raw Meza. We thought Meza was the victim. He just barely got through. There's Newton. Oh, boy, Jacob, I don't think we saw the front nose shot that Adam Newton had. Oh, man. Here they come. Pit stop. Jacob, could this be the money stop with under 50 to go also?
It very much could be, honestly. We'll see how this plays out. Darren Bruce, a couple of others jumping down pit road. Everybody jumping down pit road, getting the 4 freshies, filling it up full of fuel. This could be the money stop. You want to have a good stop. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't slide through your box. Don't, mess up any way that you can. And don't speed. You speed, you basically have just threw your championship hopes out the door. Nate Maurer beats him out. Cofield, LaBeouf, Harris, and Pappas, the top 5 off pit road.
We will now take a full commercial break, and we will come back and be back for Vegas and what will happen in Stage 3. The title on the line. Stay with us. Season 5 concludes tonight.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
We're back here at Vegas Championship Night. Jacob Reeves, Wesley Outland here with you. We are having some Discord issues, and the weather is very uncooperative outside as well. So it's storming in the Carolinas where I'm at, Jacob. But we keep dropping in Discord, and we're trying to stay with you folks. Please work with us as we are ready to bring this one back to you. Pace truck will drop onto the pit lane. 46 laps to go. Back to the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. We are back underway. Kind of hard to call it Geico no more, Jacob. So used to saying that for a dozen years.
It'll always be Geico to me. I mean, honestly, Atlanta Motor Speedway will always be Atlanta Motor Speedway to me. But Nate Maurer ain't worried about Geico, Echo Park. He doesn't give a damn at this point. He wants to come out here in Vegas, roll him 212s, and get him triple up here at Vegas here tonight. But Cofield's thinking different. LaBeouf's thinking different as well. LaBeouf, Cofield, they slide by Maurer. Little door banging between Harris and Maurer off turn 4. Cofield lays him at the line.
Just somehow, some way, got to stay in line. Cofield back up in that top spot. And now Brady LaBeouf can see clearly the focus, the championship. 44 to go when they come to the line. In Stage 3, the title hangs in the balance as they're right now working single file. We got trucks now starting to get side by side, and chaos is happening behind them in turn number 3, in turn 1.
Yeah, chaos all over the place, but no caution yet as LaBeouf trying to figure out a way to get around Jonathan Cofield. LaBeouf now down to the inside. Harris right there behind him. Brady LaBeouf will go to the lead. Cofield slides by. He will let him take off. Brady LaBeouf goes to the front off turn 4. Cofield back to second. It is a madhouse behind him.
By the way, keep an eye on Newton and Peacock. They are both a lap down or on pit lane, pretty much out of the championship hunt. So what was 6 is now down to 4, with closing in on 40 laps to go. LaBeouf the leader now. Cofield now pushed back to second. Pappas is watching all this going on in 4th, and Stephen Thomas, a couple of trucks behind them, in 8th as they work in view across the line. Your final 4, if you will, fighting it out here, closing in on 40 to go at Vegas.
Yeah, it's pretty much a 4-horse race now. Stephen Thomas back there in the 8th spot. LaBeouf leads Cofield, and Pappas sitting in the 4th spot. Everybody else through the field scattered all the way around them. LaBeouf still holds it down front 4. They get single file. They'll drop to the bottom of the racetrack, riding on board with Phil Pappas. Behind them, Maurer and Robbie Richards, they're slugging it out. And remember, Wesley, you talked about a second ago, earlier on in the race, these guys can cut it all the way down to the grass. You can go all the way to the bottom of the racetrack, hit the apron, and no penalty like it would be at a super speedway. These guys can go everywhere on the racetrack, and that will certainly play a factor in who wins this race and also who wins the championship.
Brady LaBeouf looking good up into the top spot, now up high. Cofield down low. And there is Harris right there behind him. We are single file. They work the back straightaway again. Thomas, Jacob. Can Thomas get up there and mount a charge to cause it a 3-car horse or four trucks for the title, if you will, before the end of this thing?
I don't know. I mean, he's got a long way to go, honestly. I mean, he's back there in the 8th spot, and he's got some heavy hitters. Obviously, your pole sitter, Darren Bruce, up there right in front of him. Nate Maurer may help him out just a little bit. Chrome Racing affiliate right there. Robbie Richards. I don't think Robbie's going to cut him any slack. Obviously, we're missing one guy's up here at the front, and Phil Pappas obviously in that as well with Andrew Harris. So Thomas has got to find something. He's got to get on the horn, get it down, get on the gas and get moving. Obviously, we talked about it, still a long way to go, but these laps are clicking off very, very fast as Cofield dives down to the inside. He'll go to the lead, but just by inches through turn 2.
Rolling into that 3rd turn. Cofield in the lead. There is LaBeouf and Harris right there behind him. There's your leader, Cofield, down below the white line. It's all fair game. He's already pulling away again back to turn 1.
I mean, absolutely pulling away, making moves and trying to make it stick as Cofield back up to the front. Here comes LaBeouf. Harris now to the outside. Obviously, Harris knows that LaBeouf and Cofield, they're in the championship 6. I don't think he really cares about that. Harris was one of the big dogs coming into this championship playoff format, and unfortunately, Harris gets knocked out early on. He wants to make a statement and say, yeah, I should have been here. And that's going to really throw these guys for a loophole because obviously, Wesley, there's a lot of heavy hitters that are not in this championship 6 that are up here playing it out with these other 4. So it's going to be real big to see how this works out as Harris now goes to 2nd and tries to run down Jonathan Cofield. Whoa!
A little wiggle there, just sideways for a moment. And now Brady LaBeouf falling back, man. This is not the time to do it free falling like lyrics to the Tom Petty song. Working outside, falling back. Now Thomas is up to that 3rd spot. Thomas and LaBeouf are now neck and neck in 7th and 8th. And now Cofield back to the lead. That little slip, Jacob, could change everything for the complexion of this race.
Really could. I mean, in LaBeouf's now, he's got to figure out a way to get back up here. Stephen Thomas has already shot around him like he was sitting still, so Thomas is able to at least get around one of the championship drivers, one of the championship 6. We should say 4 more or less, because Peacock's went down pit road, and Adam Newton is completely out of the picture, way back there in the back as well. So pretty much it's down to the championship 4, but Thomas was able to get around LaBeouf. Now Thomas working his way right in behind Darren Bruce, so he's up to 3rd as far as those standings goes. Still got a long way to go to try to catch Pappas and Cofield.
Making this move on the outside. Look at this up top backstretch. That's Pappas. That's Richards, Robert Richards trying to run him down. Nate Maurer, stage winner now, right there as well. Well, that goes on. Cofield still at the point. Working to the line. 32 laps to go.
It's that Spice Man jumping down pit road. A couple others. Chris Blanchard jumping down pit road. Wesley, I sat there and said that this could be the money stop. Good possibility if we could get our race details back up there, Dane. Maybe they got a pit again right here. I mean, the 75% fuel capacity. I was looking at it a while ago. It's not a full tank that these guys are going to be running on, so they may have to make one more pit stop to make it all the way to the end. I thought they was going to be able to make it all the way, but that 25% less than what it would be at a fuel tank, or a full tank, excuse me, we may end up seeing a little bit of fuel strategy right here.
So I got a feeling, if my numbers are correct statistically, I'll tell you what, Jacob, I think you're right. I think with about 15 or 10 remaining, you're going to see guys come down pit road. Wow.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if they didn't already have a wrench thrown into this damn race, it just really threw a wrench into it. Big deal right here. So, yeah, they're not going to be able to make it. So this is going to be a big deal right here. When will these guys pit? We talked about the money stop. This will be the money stop. Obviously, with the pit road speed limit at 50 miles an hour, and these guys hauling the mail at 175, got to be careful with that. There's Pappas running in 3rd. Richards below him, Maurer behind him, Darren Bruce as well. Pappas tried to chase down Andrew Harris. Harris trying to chase down Cofield.
Truck way high into the outside, safer barrier up ahead. So you watch these guys work their way. Now, remember, we get a late race caution. It changes everything. And the way tonight's been, that could be a possibility at any time. There's the pole man for the race, Darren Bruce. Screaming Eagles up the outside. Pappas down below. Whoa, hold on there. Kerry Tribute almost into the back end of Stephen Thomas, and we got trucks falling onto pit lane. Phil Pappas is going for the money stop. He's going for the undercut on everybody. Jacob, he's on pit road.
Yeah, and this may end up playing out for him as Cofield and Harris, they have checked out. May work out for Pappas. LaBeouf now sitting back there in the 9th spot trying to work his way back up here. Cofield really trying to put a stranglehold on this race, but Phil Pappas, like you said, trying to pull the undercut. He will not have to pit anymore. He will be able to make it all the way to the end. Here's the only good thing about that. He will have fresher tires. He will have a better shot as LaBeouf now. He'll pull the undercut as well. These guys getting the fresher tires. The bad part about this, though, is the other drivers like Thomas, Cofield, all these other guys, they will get a little bit of draft and get that extra speed, may even out a little bit. But these guys tried to go for that undercut and get the fresher tires because, like I said, this place will turn into a cheese grater as the run goes on.
Here comes your late race pit stops. Who will seize the opportunity and take advantage of it? Cofield, 25 to go, up in front. Harris right there behind him. There's the interval. And then you got Maurer, Richards, Bruce. No playoff championship contenders until you get to 6, Jacob. And Stephen Thomas is there.
Andrew Harris, 87, jumping down pit road. We see out there the live chat. We got Racing Guy 19. Mark, he needs to come in. 13, 14 laps to go. Hey, look, no help from the peanut gallery.
I said between 15 to 10 to go. I said that. That's my number. I said between 15 to 10 laps to go, Jacob. Thank you for giving me the exact number, Racing Guy. Yes.
Yeah, but we don't need any help from the peanut gallery. This is the best that DSR has to offer, remember? I mean, these are the big dogs right here. But Wesley, I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, that's the big number that these guys are really looking for out of this. So still got a little bit of time for Cofield to jump down pit road. Thomas may try to mimic what Cofield's doing, but Cofield, at this point, he is out to over 2.5 seconds. I mean, just right there shy of 2.5 seconds. You see it right there on the left side of your screen on the pylon. Cofield's pretty much, if he does not screw up right here, he's got this sucker in the bag. He does not need the speed. Here it goes. Cofield later going down pit road.
And actually pitting a little bit sooner than I thought. Coming down pit lane with 22 laps to go. I figured he could possibly take it all the way down to 15 laps remaining. Boy, pit stops could be a deciding factor of this race here tonight at Vegas. Here comes now Maurer in the lead. Thomas as well. Hey guys, they're all going to have to pit because they all pitted at lap 102 and they can't go the distance. Here's your last lap times popping up on the screen. Look at this right there. 32:46. Fast man between Thomas and Maurer. Other drivers are turning 30-second laps. That's Phil Pappas. That's what new tires does for you, Jacob.
Mr. Robbie Richards trying to dirt track it, trying to jump down, but going to try to focus on everybody in the championship section. Stephen Thomas elected to stay out there on the racetrack. You see Cofield, he come out at about the 20th spot. All these guys are basically went one lap down. That being obviously Pappas, LaBeouf, Cofield. Those are your championship 4 more or less at this point. All of those drivers one lap down, and Wesley, we are at our 20 to go as Thomas, the last of the 4, jumps down pit road.
But that also said we will show you our racing setup 20 to go for the final time this season. Thanks again to Premier Racing Setups. Any type of setup you need, whether dirt, pavement, NASCAR, IndyCar, open wheel, short track, you name it, from some of the top experts that know esports, iRacing setup requests, and more. Mention Nazra and get 15% off of your order. Another 15% goes back in the Nazra's pocket. And a shameless plug to my buddy, the Redneck Announcer, Jacob Reeves, at Redneck Announcer 57, right, Jacob? Ain't that what it is? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's 3 wide. This is what happens. This is what happens. Yes, sir.
Pappas. Boy, how about you? Pappas on the loud pedal. He has got Cherry down on the bottom side. LaBeouf up on the upside as well. Bruce stuck in the middle. Oh, baby. They are heating up at Vegas.
It's go time. Here's the equivalent of bringing a knife to a gunfight. Because literally you see how strong it is to have fresher trucks with fresher tires than these other guys that just got swallowed up by fast traffic. And that is a storm brewing. By the way, that's Pappas. That's Cofield. That's LaBeouf. Up the scoring pylon. They're fighting for the championship.
Boy,
they're right now in 14th through 16th. And Jacob, all these other guys are going to have to come to pit lane.
Yeah, I mean, we could be possibly looking not only at the race for the championship, but possibly a win. Cofield, Pappas, LaBeouf, they all got back on the lead lap. Stephen Thomas way back there in the 21st, 22nd spot. He is pretty much done for it at this point unless something crazy happens and he's able to pull this off. But Brady LaBeouf trying to get on the back door of Cofield. Cofield tried to figure out a way. He was able to get around Pappas and others. So Cofield, for the most part, for the moment at hand, leads for the championship. LaBeouf and Pappas right behind him.
Keep an eye on these drivers. Remember, Maurer, Bruce, Tribune, Tiffany, and Stiers, we know they're going to have to come down pit lane. The matter is when. James Kaufman just came down on pit road. Joey Stiers, by the way, last time he pitted, lap 72. So this man is almost on friggin' fumes, if you will. Meanwhile, that's Cofield and Pappas. LaBeouf closely behind. This should be, Jacob, the deciding factor of who wins the championship and possibly who wins the race if these other guys pit.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a big deal, but actually we're seeing right here with Andrew Harris giving a toe to Cofield, and I see out there Brandon Broadfoot. Why, Harris, what are you doing? Let the champ drivers run for it. Well, if you think about this, Wesley Outland, Pappas, LaBeouf, they're Mission 1 Esports. Cofield was up front. Guess where Harris is? Up front Motorsports. So it evened it out a little bit. Teammates trying to work it out. Now Cofield now Harris lets Cofield by. If LaBeouf and Pappas get up there, Harris could play blocker to try to help his up front Motorsports teammate out.
That could have been possibly the wild card factor that helps the Mumford, Alabama driver lock up the title. Brady LaBeouf, Phil Pappas are in sight. They are trying to run him down. More drivers coming in. Tom Lester on pit road. He gives up 7th. And I promise you, all these other front runners are going to start dropping off like flies. They cannot go the distance. Here they come. Bruce is in. Tribune is in. Tiffany is in. And while that goes on, Jacob, up the scoring pylon go the drivers in gold.
Yep, Cofield already slid up into the 7th spot. LaBeouf now slides up into the top 10. Phil Pappas back there at 11th as well. LaBeouf, his only help right now would be possibly Kerry Tribune, but Kerry Tribune's got to make a pit stop. Brady LaBeouf's only help is Phil Pappas, and Pappas' only help is Brady LaBeouf with Mission 1 Esports. Unless they're trying to get on the horn through the Discord channel and try to get somebody else to help them out, Cofield has actually went away from his up-front Motorsports teammate Andrew Harris and checked out as well.
Leader is in. Maurer is in. Stiers is in. Larson is in. When Cofield works off turn 4, he will be the new leader. And with under 10 to go, the race for the championship is on. Go now.
Go now, baby. Cofield gets the lead. Harris goes to 2nd. Now LaBeouf will go to 3rd, and there you see the margin between Jonathan Cofield, Brady LaBeouf, and Phil Pappas. 3 seconds at this point. Now, remember what I said earlier about, maybe they want a caution? No, Cofield does not want a yellow flag right here. If he gets a caution, it will straight up change the complexion of this race. Cofield's got this in the bag unless something crazy happens.
Cofield in the lead. 1.4 seconds back is Harris, his teammate, by the way. LaBeouf and Pappas are in 3rd and 4th. Brian Chu almost bouncing off the safer barrier, battling with Thomas and Richards for 6th and 7th.
Thomas, obviously on the fresher of the tires of the other 3, but I just don't think he's going to have enough time, Wesley Outland, to be honest with you. He's got 8 laps to go, and Thomas is about 6 seconds back. Give you an idea on that. Cofield running 31.8. Thomas is running 31.5. So there's about 0.3 of a gap right there, 0.3 faster. He's going to run out of time. Thomas needs a caution, and he needs it pretty quick.
They rumble off 4. Look at Richards down on the inside. Thomas is getting maybe a little impatient. He's got to get around. He's got to get around Richards and Cherry. He now sets his sights on the 48, the all-time starter of Nazareth. From Gastonia, career start number 432 tonight. 7 to go. Cofield has increased the lead of 4 seconds on LaBeouf in third. Harris 2.5 seconds. They need a caution. Cofield doesn't want one, Jacob. Bottom line.
Yeah, Cofield's basically just running time trial laps, probably got it on the floor and not even, I bet you right now, the one thing that he has is he has his black box up there where it says how many laps to go. He's staring at that damn thing every time he goes down the straightaways. He goes in the corner, he's trying to manage, and he's paying attention to what he's got going on. He hits them straightaways, he's just wanting that number just to click on down as fast as it will. Right now at 5 laps to go for Jonathan Cofield to win the DSR Electric Truck Series Championship.
And right now, just patiently staying in position, doing exactly what he needs to do to achieve just that feat. Open hand, 5 to go, 4 to go now. That's 6 miles left for the champion in the DSR Championship race at Vegas. Don't forget to like and subscribe. A great amount of people watching. Thank you. Jonathan Cofield, so close on another time, another season. He came up short, Jacob. He told me last week he was just going to do what he does best, lay it all on the line, and hope he can survive. Right now, Cofield looking for no problems, no late race cautions, and 3 to go in Sim City.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of time as now Stephen Thomas has got around Brady LaBeouf. Now Thomas goes to second out of the championship running order. He had to run down Andrew Harris about 2 seconds up the road. Thomas, LaBeouf, Pappas, they need a caution. That man right there does not want to see any yellow. All he wants to see is white, meaning the white flag.
Working off turn 4. Here he comes to the stripe. 2 to go. If he wins this championship, he will now be the 5th different title holder of this series. And right now, Cofield hitting his marks perfectly, Jacob. There's the interval from just second to even third where Thomas is. He's working to the white flag and the last lap of the season.
He's got one more lap trying to get there for Cofield, and he does. The Darren's Detail and Shine white flag for Jonathan Cofield. One more lap. He's got 5 seconds. Wesley, he can pretty much pop the clutch and hold it going down the front stretch if he makes it that far. Cofield for the final time at Vegas in 3, going for the championship.
What a lead for Jonathan Cofield. He wanted everything to go right, and it went right. Auburn Tigers faithful are going crazy. Mumford, Alabama's Jonathan Cofield. You are a Nazareth DSR Truck Series champion and winner of the championship race. By the way, Highline Racing, if I'm remembering correctly, 2 years in a row that they've won the championship in the DSR Truck Series.
That is right. Colin Weatherholt won it last year.
Yes, sir. Colin Weatherholt. He now joins the fraternity of Adam Newbert, Brady LaBeouf, Chris Cinnamon, Colin Weatherholt, and now in Florida Cabinet Distributors Championship winner circle, Mumford, Alabama's Jonathan Cofield. 5 season champions differently in 5 seasons. You want to talk about the competitiveness of Nazareth? This is the reason why there are so many. Enjoy the moment. And I can't believe an Alabama man is saying this. I'll always proudly yell, Roll Tide. But on this night, Jacob Reeves, for my buddy Jonathan Cofield, it is War Eagle War. Eagle.
Yes, sir. I mean, literally, War Damn Eagle right there for Jonathan Cofield. Just absolutely lit it up here this evening. I mean, fantastic race, Wesley Outland. You talked about it just a second ago. I mean, absolutely down to the T. He needed it. He needed everything to go perfect. Everything went perfect. And, I mean, pretty much nailed it at that point. Done a fantastic job.
And even the strategy of the green flag pit stops that happened, he never wavered. Nothing never changed on what he planned to do for the man of Jonathan Cofield. He is the Season 5 champion. He is the winner of the DSR championship race here tonight at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And the celebration will begin for Jonathan Cofield. By the way, career start number 149 tonight continues with his 17th career win, 65th top 5, 98th top 10, and now Jacob champion to the resume. Jonathan Cofield is the winner. There's the interval between him and his teammate Andrew Harris. That'll be something to brag about for up front. He finishes second. Stephen Thomas, highest finisher behind Cofield of the Championship 6, will finish second in the championship standings. Robert Richards, obviously, or Stephen Thomas is third. Robert Richards fourth. Brady LaBeouf, another driver in the Championship 6 tonight. He will finish third overall in the points, fifth on the racetrack. Phil Pappas, fourth overall, sixth on the racetrack. I hope you were able to keep up with that. Darren Bruce, Matt Cherry, Kerry Tribune, Brian Chu, your top 10 for the finale. Justin White, Bo Tiffany, Cody Knott with a top 15. Way to go to end the year for the Madera, California driver. Jeffrey Johnson, Chris Cinnamon, Stephen Page. Midway through the lineup, of course, Cole Larson and James Kaufman. Jacob, top 18, still all on the lead lap.
971 thought he had a good shot to try to pull something out. He kind of had that wait-and-see strategy. Didn't play out for him. He'll settle for 19th in this evening. Joshua Suskin run for him. He will finish in the top 20. Joey Stiers will finish 21st, with Chris Blanchard 22nd. Those are the last drivers to finish on the lead lap. Tom Lester, rest of these drivers one lap down or more. Tom Lester 23rd. Chad Ross, Tyler Goodwin, the top 25. Adam Newton, one of those Championship 6 drivers, got in a little bit of a tussle with Taylor Peacock. Not the night that the Bulldog wanted. He will settle for 25th, or 26th rather. Raul Meza will finish 27th, with Stephen Gregory in the 61 finishing 28th. There's Taylor Peacock, the other driver that was in the Championship 6. 50 laps down, finishes 29th. Colton Hogan 30th, Lee Bailey the 3rd, and Kermit the Frog Luke Smith 32nd for the 32 drivers in this evening. TJ Moore was your race director.
Certainly was a good one when it was all said and done, and obviously 6 caution flags in this race. Time of race 1 hour 36 minutes and 30 seconds when the checkered flag fell. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Reeves and Dean Hopton are going to carry you guys the rest of the way. I have another broadcast obligation, as I always have on Monday night. Jacob will interview the podium and the championship drivers. Dean, but I got to let you know this before we go to break. We come back for Season 6, August 4th, Monday night. And guess where the clash will be? iRacing Super Speedway coming up August the 4th. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege, pleasure, honor to be the voice of Nazareth as the veteran announcer with Jacob Reeves, with everybody else. God bless you all. Enjoy the next couple of weeks off. They're going to carry you the rest of the way. And congrats to Jonathan Cofield, champion Season 5, NASRA DSR Truck Series, Monday nights. We'll see you in August. And again, we'll grab them and talk to the champions next.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Well, folks, we're back here at Viva Las Vegas. We got the champion, the winner, won the race and the championship. Jonathan Cofield, buddy, you finally got that monkey off your back. Congratulations. You are the Season 5 DSR Electric Truck Series champion. How's it feel?
I'm excited, man. That was awesome. Got a little scared there toward the end. I was asking my spotters, everybody spread out. Nobody's going to touch nobody. Nobody's going to crash. So, yeah, it was a little iffy there toward the end. I knew Stephen Thomas took 2. He was coming pretty quick there for a minute, and I just started focusing on my lap times again. I was trying to back it off a little bit to save a little tire in case we had a late caution. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Don't know what to say.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, absolutely. I mean, you basically put a whooping on them here tonight. I mean, the race is over with at this point. I mean, so you can basically give your secret away. I mean, because everything, and well, iRacing changes all the time. But what was the secret to being able to try to get it done here tonight at Vegas? What was your secret?
Just that throttle and painting that white line, man. Trying not to overdrive, even when somebody was outside of me or something like that. Just trying not to gas it up. Stay out of the dirty air. Just let it roll the bottom, man. The better you can let it roll the bottom, the better you are. It really saves that right front tire.
Well, Jonathan Cofield, buddy, congratulations on the championship. Sit tight for just a second. We'll obviously let Brady LaBeouf enshrine you, or whoever it is. Yeah, Brady's in here, so he'll be able to enshrine you on the championship. So stick around for just a second. We'll go ahead and get our other finishers out of the finish, or basically the top 4, more or less. We'll go to the second place finisher in the championship, which was Stephen Thomas in the 44. Stephen, buddy, you had a killer little strategy right there. You tried to run as long as you could. I mean, what more? I mean, what could you have done different to have a shot and try to go up there and race for the championship?
Nothing much, I don't think. I mean, I definitely wasn't the third fastest tonight or the second best in the championship 6 tonight, in my opinion. But I definitely had to do something different than all of them. I was just hoping for a caution. By the time I got up to on Brady's rear end, I was just thinking caution, so I'd have a chance to catch and pass Cofield. But I mean, I'm super happy with the second on the championship this season. It was a very tough season. I only got 1 win, and it was in the playoffs. So super tough, and I'm excited and happy with where we turned out.
And Stephen, real quick, I mean, obviously, this whole week, you won at Richmond. You basically had 2 weeks off. I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah, well, I was up against the fastest guy in the season. All he had to do was get 1 win and beat me in points. So I definitely couldn't take off. But I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead, man.
I guess you got a point out of that. But I mean, I was looking at it from the factor of, you pretty much answered my question.
I was a lot more comfortable, right? Definitely.
Well, yeah, you was obviously more comfortable. But did you have it on the back of your mind over those 2 weeks to, put a little bit of more emphasis into running at Vegas, other than, going to Talladega and Homestead and worrying about them? Did you have a little bit more emphasis over the past 2 weeks here at Vegas?
Because Talladega, obviously, you don't need to practice much. I just wanted to make sure I got some points there. So if he did win, I'd be with him in points. Miami, I knew I was well ahead, so I didn't really practice much that week. Yeah, I definitely put some more time in this week at Las Vegas than I probably have all season, but it didn't show. These boys were fast tonight. I need to get on this rig a lot more often, apparently.
Yes, yeah, it seems like I'm kind of a little bit semi-retired myself. Maybe I need to try.
Yeah, you're a busy man, buddy. You better just stay posted up for 5-6 months, bud.
Yeah, no, buddy, I appreciate that. With Stephen Thomas,
congrats, by the way.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You finished third here tonight, second in the championship standings. Stephen, before we let you go, you got any sponsors, any shout outs?
Yeah, I definitely want to thank Dan Gobble and DSR Electric for everything he does for both Sick With It and Chrome and NASBR, really. I mean, he puts in a lot of time and effort with this whole thing. I want to thank Brady and Cody and all the people involved to make all the series at NASBR run. This was a fun Monday night series. Can't wait till next season. I want to thank all my teammates. Adam Newton, had some poor luck tonight, but congrats for him to make it to the championship 6. I want to thank Maurer. He's the one that told me to pit when I pit and not pit, blah, blah, blah. So he really helped me out tonight. I appreciate his advice. I want to thank my boy Zach for always watching, my daughters and my wife for letting me do this and watching every Monday night, and you guys in the broadcast. I appreciate it, guys.
Stephen Thomas, second in the championship status, finishes third here this season. Stephen, congratulations. We'll see you next season, buddy. That was Stephen Thomas, comes home, pretty good finish. Now we'll go to third in the standings, fifth in the race. Boss man, Brady LaBeouf coming out. Brady, great run, buddy. Looked like you was really the only one that had anything for Jonathan Cofield. What happened right there on that last pit stop? Because y'all were neck and neck with Pappas and you and Cofield. And then, what happened to where Cofield just drove away from y'all? What happened?
Yeah, I feel like Phil and I were pretty much even the whole night. Sometimes he was better than me on one run, and then it would kind of flip flop. And we just kind of, being teammates, we just felt like we had to do something different than Jonathan. I mean, he was just, fast from lap 1 to lap 35, and we just didn't feel like, maybe we can kind of, take off there on fresh tires. We just ran into a bunch of traffic. I mean, it was really bad luck. As soon as we pitted, we were a lap behind one another, and when we both came out, there was just like they were 5 wide all of a sudden at Michigan International Speedway, and there was just nowhere to go, and we just lost a bunch of time there, and it chewed up our tires. And we liked the call, but just to kind of get off, cycle and kind of, I don't know, see what Cofield would do if he would run a little bit longer, and then he would have to, try to hurry up and eat up his tires to catch us back. So you kind of just want to get away from everybody and just kind of see how it plays out. And Cofield was just, the star tonight. He just, like I said, took off from lap 1 to 30, and I don't feel like any of us really had anything for him. And then I knew Steven, had about 10 lap more fresher tires than me, so I didn't really fight him to do anything to kind of hinder him from going forward. But I expected to be where we were tonight. I don't feel like we had the speed to really compete with Cofield and Lucas Lyons, Stephen Thomas, Phil Pappas, and all those guys, even Newton and everybody that was in the Champ 6. So I'm content where we finished.
And Brady, obviously, Wesley Outland talked about this earlier with, how this playoff grid is. We talked just a little bit about that in the broadcast here this evening. And, some of the naysayers, some of them thought that, maybe this, that this playoff format, more or less straight up sucked. Others thought it was fantastic. How would you assess this first run with this playoff format that we have, and could it possibly be in not only in the DSR Electric Truck Series next season, but possibly in season 11 for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series?
That remains to be seen. We've kind of talked about this for about 3 seasons now, and I'm glad we did it. just to kind of put the data on the table and see how it kind of all played out. The guys that, hate it didn't make it. I guess that's the best way to put it. If you, no matter what format you do, the old chase format, the new style playoffs they have in today's era of NASCAR, and kind of like this, I guess the in-season bracket is what NASCAR is doing, and we kind of made it our playoff deal. I mean, I I think it evened the playing field to a whole nother level. I mean, if you really, I wish we kind of would have had enough room to put everybody's seed, because you had guys like Lumpkin that was a 23rd seed that made it all the way to the top 12, and you had there was a bunch of missed storylines, I think, in the bracket, just because of everything, all the chaos going on, racing three races in a round, and everything happening. There was a bunch of, high seed guys that got knocked out early. And even Stephen Thomas, I mean, even the guys like that blue bracket was just brutal. And then you had, a bunch of swim guys and chrome guys that affiliated, together in a bracket together. So it kind of sucked for them that, but at the end of the day, that's like Phil and I, Newton and Thomas, your teammates make it to the championship six, but you still want to beat your teammate at the end of the day to win the championship. So I thought it was great, but I'm just one person opinion. I mean, everybody's going to have their say in it and whatnot, but no matter what we do at the end of the day, somebody's not going to like it. I mean, week in and week out, there's going to be something that we change or do that we want to try to see if it progresses the series or even league on iRacing. So there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like it and some people that do.
Well, Brady LaBeouf comes home with third in the championship standings. Top 5 here for him this evening at Vegas, Brady, for the final time in season 5, buddy. Congratulations on that, and thank your sponsors and any shout-outs.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, shout out to DSR Electric first and foremost, Dan Gobble. I mean, he comes on board, he sponsors it. We've got a big thing for season 6 and season 11 in NASRA, the truck series. Blanchard's Towing is going to be a NASRA sponsor, so there's a little bit more money that's going to be brought to the table. Even more exciting for season 6. So shout out to Dan, everything that he does for NASRA, myself, the board, Cody. You guys, NASRA 360 Racing Network. I mean, Dean, Wesley, Jacob, congratulations on your new baby. Just everybody that kind of helps the board, appeals panel, everybody that kind of helps this. Everybody gets to see what happens from 8 o'clock to about 10 o'clock, depending on what time zone you're in on Monday nights. But there's just so much more that goes into it. And it's not just me that makes it go round and round. There's a group of people, and I appreciate their support. My wife, who puts up with me for doing this for, damn near every single week out the year. If I'm not racing, I'm doing something with NASRA. My kids, and shout out to her. We've got another one on the way, so we'll have baby number 3 coming in February of 2026. So a lot going on, and thank you guys, and I appreciate it.
Well, congratulations on that one, Brady LaBeouf. Boss man, stick around real quick. We'll let you do the enshrining, I believe, for Jonathan Cofield. We'll go to our 4th place driver in the championship status. Phil Pappas finishes 6th here tonight. Pappas, buddy, you had a pretty good little run going on. You and LaBeouf, obviously, both of y'all running for a championship, Mission 1 Esports and everything else. I mean, was there team orders? I'm not trying to throw Brady under the bus here or nothing, but was there team orders for both of y'all to try to work together to try to get the best finish out of it that both of y'all possibly could? I mean, was there team orders going on?
Yeah, I mean, probably. We obviously wanted to help each other out, man. We wanted probably one of us to win it. But, I mean, obviously, probably at the end of the day, the team order is only going to go so far, then, fucking all the bets are off there. But, yeah, I mean, we were trying to help each other out a little bit, but.
Phil Pappas, buddy, I mean, great finish for you still. I mean, you hung in there and everything. What does it mean to be in the championship 6 with this bracket that, everybody's had an opinion on it? We just talked to Brady about it. What's it like to go through the gauntlet and go through that whole bracket and be in the championship 6 and run for a championship here this evening? What was it like?
Oh, I mean, it was awesome, man. Obviously, this is where you want to be here. And, the bracket, it wasn't bad. I liked it. It was fun, different, right? Ain't nothing wrong with trying out, something new here. So, yeah, I appreciate that. I had a good time. So, we'll come back for next year here. We'll get another one, I hope.
We'll see what happens. Phil Pappas comes home sixth here tonight, was fourth in the championship running. Phil, buddy, congratulations on making it all the way to the championship race. A couple spots short, but obviously, congratulations on that. But thank your sponsors and any shout outs here this evening.
Yeah, obviously, I appreciate all my teammates, man. Everybody over there in the M1 team there, fucking awesome to race with, man. They're fucking huge help. So, I appreciate all those guys. That's about it.
Phil Pappas coming home with a pretty good little run, a strong showing out of the 88 with the Mission 1 Esports Camp. Buddy, appreciate your time. We'll see you for season 6. And that was
Phil
Pappas. And that was Phil Pappas, driver of the 88 for Mission 1 Esports. Well, flip-flop, we got one more driver out of the championship, more or less 5. Taylor Peacock has basically called it an evening. He has declined for the comments. So we'll go to Adam Newton. He's up here with us. Adam, buddy, not the night that you wanted. You made it to the championship 6. You went through the ringer with the Chrome Racing guys. But, talk about the accident. I know you probably don't want to, but talk about the accident with you and Taylor Peacock. What more could you have done to try to miss it?
Not race. It's typical for this season. That's about it. That's the second time he's done it to me in the playoffs. But yeah, only way that wouldn't happen, not race.
All right. We got beat. I got to put it on there. I'm sorry. I haven't played it all night. I got to play it at least once. But, Adam, what does it mean? I know I'm probably beating a dead horse fastest question, but what's it mean to, make it to another championship 6? I know that you wasn't able to race it out and try to go for the championship, but what's it mean to be back in the championship 6 and continue a streak of consistency here in Nazareth?
That part's all good and fine. It just makes me realize I should have wrecked Colin last season for the title instead of finishing second. But I'm gonna come with a different leaf next season if I do stick around. I'm still debating about that, but yeah, if I do come around, it's gonna be a different attitude for sure.
Oh boy, Bulldog Adam Newton could be one to really be watching out for in the 19. The fire might have been lit under Adam Newton. Well, Adam, buddy, appreciate your time. Congratulations on making it to the championship 6. And for the last time here in season 5, have you got any sponsors or any shout outs?
Yeah, congrats to Jonathan on a good season and all the Champ 6 drivers, Mama Jeans, Dan, y'all, congrats on the baby. Steven, good finish, my teammates, and see what happens.
See what happens. Bulldog Adam Newton, buddy, appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
That was Adam Newton. Now for the enshrinement, we got Brady LaBeouf, got Cody not in here. I don't know which one of y'all want to do it, I guess, but whichever one of y'all want to enshrine Jonathan Cofield for the season 5 DSR Electric Truck Series champion. Also here in Florida Cabinet Distributors Victory Lane.
Yeah, I brought Cody in here because he does a lot. He's the vice president of Nazareth, and I wanted him to be a part of this for this moment. But Jonathan Cofield, man, congratulations. You killed it all season long. Even though you didn't like the bracket style playoffs that we came out with this season, you still nailed it. Finished, moved on round to round. And at the end of the day, won the championship, season 5 championship of the DSR Electric Truck Series. So congratulations, everybody at Nazareth. We're proud of you, and we look forward for you trying to defend your title next season.
I appreciate it, Brady. And yeah, I'll be back next year, definitely. Don't matter what kind of bracket y'all put up, I'll be right back here. My new home. I like this place. Pretty good.
Jonathan, buddy, one last final question, and then you can transition that to your sponsors and shout outs. What does it finally mean? Because, buddy, we've talked about this a couple of times, talked about it on the door banging download, talked about it, me and you, in person, about getting in here and trying to win a championship and just a competition that's in Nazareth. How does it feel to finally get to be called a champion here in Nazareth? How's it feel, buddy?
Oh, it feels amazing. Yeah, these guys, this is top of the line guys here, man. There's a lot of fast guys in here, whether they was in the championship or not. Everybody put on a real good season, man. Probably one of the biggest championships I've ever won. So, yeah, kudos to everybody in Nazareth. Really appreciate Brady and Cody for everything they do. Know we give y'all a lot of beef, but y'all take it on the chin. Y'all still continue to put up great races and great seasons, one right after the other. So really appreciate that. Everybody at the Nazareth 360 Network, you and Dean and Wesley, man, made some friends there. Really appreciate y'all, everything y'all do. Dan with DSR Electric, really appreciate him coming on and doing the sponsors. Got Cofield Asphalt and Finishing on the truck. Cofield Supply and Service, Field Me LLC. SM Racing Products. You ain't got a button box, go check them guys out. Type in Bandits 1, save you a little money. I'm about the only racer in the family, so my brother fishes and a couple different other little things, but I told them to broadcast tonight, so see if they'd watch. But had a pretty good audience out there. Had some friends and family, wife, kids, everybody watching. So pretty awesome.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there will be whiskey and moonshine going on in Munford, Alabama here tonight. Jonathan Cofield, Season 5 DSR Electric Truck Series champion. Jonathan, congratulations on the championship and the win of the race. And we'll see you Season 6 for you to defend your title, buddy. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Shout out to shout out to my spotters also, Dad and Brandon Wallace in there. Done a hell of a job with the fuel mileage there toward the end. Really appreciate them.
Well, folks, that is pretty much gonna do it. Dean, any final thoughts on a wild season here for Season 5 of the DSR Electric Truck Series, buddy? Your take on the race here this evening?
Yeah, it's a cracker there, Jacob, and congratulations, of course, to you. I said that behind the scenes, of course, but to the little one as well, who's waiting to be fed as well, too, Jacob. So we'll sum it up pretty quickly. But yeah, GG's, of course, to Jonathan Cofield. Solid performance all season long. You can see there in the bracket as well, too. But as well as all the other drivers that have grueled in there, it's always going to come down to one final race, isn't it? If in those 6 gladiators. And, of course, Cofield comes out on top. And, of course, a big pat on the back to TJ Moore, Cody, Brady, and everybody else in this fantastic racing network, as well as you two voices up in the booth there of Nazareth.
Well, absolutely, folks. It's been a wild season. We saw thrills, we saw spills, we saw beef, and we've seen wins. We've seen all kinds of chaos happen. And, folks, get ready. We're going to take a couple of weeks off and get ready for Season 6. It's going to be an absolute blast. But I'm telling you, what a race we saw here tonight. We saw guys roll 12s. I mean, literally. I mean, they tripled up with Jonathan Cofield getting a win here tonight. A couple of them ended up crapping out, like Taylor Peacock and Adam Newton, and a couple of others got a little bit before they ended up rolling to 7s, but they got a little bit out of it with drivers, obviously like Brady the Buff and Phil Pappas and Stephen Thomas. But in the end, the man that won it all the way, hit the slot machine with 777s, was Jonathan Cofield. He is your Season 5 DSR Electric Truck Series champion. Folks, that's going to do it for this broadcast. Obviously, want to thank all our sponsors: TLC, Premier Racing Setups, Concerns of Police Survivors for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series, Blanchard's Towing, Darren's Detail and Shine, obviously with the Glass Mechanic for title sponsor of the Glass Mechanic Stage number 2, A's Lawn and Landscaping, and of course, and Blanchard's Towing, I believe I called that one, and obviously DSR Electric for everything that they do here for this great series, and obviously Murph's Magical Creations, can't forget about them. Shout out to the fans and the drivers for always coming out in numbers, and the drivers for always putting on a fantastic show, and Brady LaBeouf, Cody Dodd for allowing us to be ourselves here with the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Make sure if you haven't yet, like and subscribe to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. For the Australian Dean Hopton Bengals, for Wesley Outland, and also for Davey Boy, David Dean. I'm the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as I always say, be safe, be kind, and be fast. And we will see you in a couple of weeks for Season 6.